Hi friends, Kate Smith Course here. My hair's looking a hot mess, that's okay. I just wanted to talk about the new moon in Taurus because it is happening tonight. It's also a solar eclipse, and that's happening at 4:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you've been feeling a little bit of that shake up, change energy, we're starting eclipse season now. Eclipses can feel a little bit intense. They are rapidly, especially with solar eclipses, rapidly bringing new things in. The sun has more of that masculine energy, so it could be bringing in more of the physical kind of stuff. And then when we get into the lunar eclipse, that's more of like the internal, slower energy that slowly will lead into the physical, represented physically, but it's a solar eclipse at this time, so it could be rapidly bringing things in, bringing in change, bringing in dramatic events, a turn of events, dramatic change. That type of energy is what we might be feeling with solar eclipse energy. So if there's been a little bit of nutso things happening or throughout this week ahead, that's probably what we can associate it with. So this new moon is also a black moon, which means that it's the second new moon in the month of April. So full moons, if there's two full moons in a month, that's the second full moon is called a blue moon. So that's where we get the term once in a blue moon. But if we have two new moons in a month, the second new moon is called a black moon. So that's what we have now. We have a black moon and a solar eclipse. So the new moon is in the sign of Taurus, and Taurus is an earth sign, and they crave stability, security. Most of the time they have more of a focus on the material things, the physical things that they can touch and create. They like to have sensory experiences. So they like the tastes of food. That's why there's a lot of you'll see memes about the sign Taurus, and a lot of them will be talking about Taurus being eating. That's always what Taurus is doing. They're always snacking or eating delicious foods, comfort foods. So foods can bring Taurus comfort. So that might be something that you choose to do tonight, is to cook some type of delicious meal. And as you're cooking, the spices that you're using, the way that you're cooking, even if you're making yourself coffee, as you're using your spoon to stir it, you're setting beautiful intentions while you're stirring your coffee. I love to do that in the mornings. You can do it any time of day. I don't care when you drink your coffee or your tea or whatever it is that you're drinking. But you can use food, drinks as a way of setting intentions. You don't need to do some dramatic, over-the-top new moon intention setting. You can literally set intentions just by stirring your coffee, by the spices that you use in your food. I think that it's more about the intentionality behind it than what you're actually doing. So Taurus also puts a lot of value on sometimes traditions, sometimes because traditions are repeating patterns, and it creates a sense of stability. So if you are a Taurus, if you have a lot of Taurus in your chart, you might really like traditions, patterns, schedules, routines. You don't really like change. Now, this is why this new moon eclipse is a little bit wishy-washy, in my opinion, because we have it in the sign of Taurus, which really wants that change, but we also have the solar eclipse, which brings in the dramatic change. And on top of that, we also have a Pluto retrograde that's coming in. So that sometimes can shake things up. And also we have Uranus conjuncting the new moon. And what that really means is there's a possibility for uncomfortability, possible volatility. I don't really like that word, but there's a possibility for it. Uranus is the sign of expect the unexpected. It's a sign of change. It's the great awakener. It can be a very unsteady type of energy. But I also think that this can be really good, especially since the whole eclipse season kind of revolves around the signs of Taurus and Scorpio, because they're opposites on the zodiac wheel. Taurus is really about the external stability, the safety, the comfortability. They want to have that nice home, the reliable vehicle, the stability in that way, in the external material sense. Whereas Scorpio really wants that internal stability and control, that having like a close family where they feel important and they matter. Maybe they're the center or the foundation of the family. So there's also, it's that fixed controlling type of energy, but it's with Taurus, it's the external. With Scorpio, it's the internal. So I feel like with Uranus conjuncting the new moon, there's also a sense of like undefining our identity too. So we like in Taurus season, usually we like that stability. We like to know who we are. But with the Great Awakener conjuncting the new moon, we might be shaking up our ideas of who we truly are. So if you like to do things like journaling your experiences or doing some deep diving, things to really think about, this could be something really good to journal. So you can question, what preconceived ideas do I have around wealth and security? Do they fit who I am now and who I want to be? So you might be considering who you are now and if that is in alignment with who you want to be. Because at this time, with the solar eclipse, with Uranus conjuncting the new moons being usually a peak time for manifestation, part of what you might be manifesting is who you are now becoming in alignment with who you want to be. And sometimes it can be like we're going down our path, driving down our road of life, things are going fine, and then all of a sudden our guides or whoever's in the passenger seat takes the wheel and jerks the car over, and we're in a completely new path. That can be what the energy is like, and you're like, I thought I was going over here, but it ends up I really wanted to go over there because there's just like an ice cream stand over there, and I really like ice cream. That's like the analogy or whatever that I'm going to give for that. It's like you think that you know who you are, but then there's these things coming in, these ideas coming in, these downloads. Your spirit team, your guides, your angels, God, the universe, whoever you want to call it, coming in and kind of jerking your steering wheel of life in a completely new direction, taking you where the road to get there might have been bumpy. Your car might have been jumping along the road, but now you're on this new path and it's fantastic. There's better views over here. Your spirit team might be realigning, helping you realign your path, and it might feel a little bit rocky. It might feel a little bit bumpy along the way, but trust and know that change is needed. Nothing in this life is unchanging. There's always change. There's always the possibility of losing wealth, losing a home. Like there's always these uncertainties, but for the physical things. But when you have that internal security, doesn't matter if you have to move homes, doesn't matter if you have to get a new car or you have to find a new job. If you're feeling secure internally, that's really what the key is here. So finding internal security, I think, is a great representation of that juxtaposition of the Taurus and the Scorpio energies that we are going to be feeling through this eclipse season. So I also think that it's important if you are going to be working on manifesting something. Now, you can do whatever you want. I am not telling you what to do or that you can't manifest, because I definitely think, utilize this opportunity. I also think that it's important for you to get really, really grounded at this time because of the planetary energies that are going on. So if you feel yourself starting to get really in your headspace, really floaty feeling, kind of binging here, there, everywhere, if you're dropping stuff a lot, that's usually a sign that you're not grounded. Get out your crystals, do like a quick meditation, envision a grounding cord going from the base of your spine into Mother Earth. Open it up as wide as your aura. You don't need like a tiny root strand coming from you into the earth. Get more grounded, feel more secure. So you're like that big oak tree. Your aura is a huge earth energy oak tree, or whatever kind of tree you want to envision. That's your whole auric field, and you're pulling that magnetic energy down. So try something like that if you're starting to feel really floaty, really bingy, like you can't concentrate. Try doing a grounding meditation. You don't even have to meditate, but envision that grounding cord, and that might help you feel more balanced and more secure in your body. One thing that I've been doing a lot lately is been touching my physical body. I'll start to feel ungrounded. I'm not in a place or a mindset where I can do the grounding visualizations. I literally push my hand on my body. I am touching my physical body to get myself recentered, back less up in the upper chakras, more in the physical body towards the base, the root. So I usually start up towards the top and pull my energy down towards my root chakra. So that's just an example of something that you can do. Back to the whole manifesting thing. If you're going to work on manifesting, maybe release the attachment to the how. Because if you are a Taurus, or if you are an earth sign or a fixed sign, sometimes you can fixate on the how and you want to plan everything out. Throw that out the window, because Uranus is conjuncting the new moon. We also have a solar eclipse. Things are not probably going to happen as you're expecting them to happen. That's just the energy right now. You can set the intention, I would love to bring in more wealth. Great. More physical wealth, more abundance. That's fantastic. Don't think that you won't get fired from your job, or that a new job opportunity won't appear, and then you'll have to make this really hard decision. Do I stay where I'm at? Do I go here? So that's an example of how things can change, things can come in a way that we're not expecting. Sometimes we expect to bring more abundance in by getting a raise from our job. And our guides, the universe says, no, this job was no longer serving you. We are wiping that out, and we're going to bring something else new in. Doesn't mean that it's not going to be rocky and hard in the process. Things are going to come in for you, but it's going to take some time. The good thing is that it is a solar eclipse, so usually things come in a little bit quicker than, say, like a lunar eclipse. So releasing the attachment to the how. Definitely okay to manifest, but let the universe figure out the how. Let your guides help with the how it's going to happen. Let it unfold as it may. I already touched base with working on internal security. I have my whole notepad over here because I wanted to make sure that I hit on a bunch of different things, because I feel like there's a ton of information that you can get from this new moon. So I also wanted to say that so I kind of touched base on how you can undefine your identity at this time. And I feel like Taurus, sorry, too much talking. Taurus is more of a stubborn sign. That's what they're known for. But they have the stubbornness and the confidence to say, this was the story that was written for me, that my family told me this is all I'll ever be, this is what I'm capable of achieving because that's what they did. It's this genetic pattern that needs to truly be cleared. I think there's a recognition of what kind of needs to be cleared out of your life, because that's not who you are. That was who you were told you needed to be through your genetic patterning, ancestral patterning, things like that. But Taurus is confident and stubborn enough to say, that's not my story anymore. And if you don't understand it, that's fine. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to understand why I chose to do things the way that I did, because this is my life. This is my journey, and I'm living it, not you. So I think that the Taurus stubbornness may be coming out, the confidence that comes through the stubbornness may be coming out for some of us at this time. So that might be coming through in communications that we have as well. Maybe people questioning us and us being like, I don't even have to give you an answer if I don't want to. I will try to enlighten you because I like to be a teacher. I like to try to educate people as to different things that we feel are important in our value system. But it doesn't mean that we have to try to change their mind. That's not their story. This is ours. So that might be something that's coming up as well. It feels like Taurus energy also might have you feeling like you don't want people to get in your way. And if people are trying to get in your way, like if you have something set in your mind that you want to do, things are coming up getting in your way. I feel like there's a potential for that frustration, that anger, that bullheadedness to come out. But I feel like you believe in yourself enough to know that the hurdles are not complete walls. They're not complete roadblocks. They will pass. You might have to find an alternative route or jump over the hurdle, So there's, that things are going to be coming up for you, but you know that you're not going to let it completely destroy you or get you down. Because it feels like with this Taurus energy, you're going to do what you want to do anyway. So kind of to wrap this whole thing up, we have the black new moon in Taurus with our solar eclipse. Lots of dramatic change, potential for dramatic change, especially with Uranus conjuncting the new moon. Important to get grounded at this time. Maybe if you're working on manifesting something, you release your attachment to the how it's going to show up in your life. Otherwise, if you don't want to manifest at this time, that's fine. You can just work on getting yourself grounded, feeling a sense of internal security, and maybe that comes through redefining or undefining your sense of identity, who you thought you were, who you want to be, and how you can start to head into that, how you can make small changes in our physical reality now to start to become completely who you want to be. So I feel like I hit on everything that I wanted to hit on there. I'm going to be posting a video of a short guided meditation that you can do, maybe between 5 to 10 minutes at this time, to help you get even more grounded and embrace this beautiful new moon in Taurus energy. Thank you so much for joining me, friends, and I will see you guys later.